Hey, what's up, Reefers? This is Reefer Matt, and this is the January 2024 update. And on to the 75-gallon SPS tank. This tank's doing pretty good. I started taking the sand out. As you can see here, the sand's kind of light. It's almost all gone. I had black sand, which is magnetic, and I was also getting tired of the detritus and everything blowing around. So I'm getting rid of the sand. And as you can see, this Montipore right here is really starting to grow out now. That is the cherry corals castaway, I believe they call it. But yeah, things are going pretty good in here. The coral are really starting to grow out now. I've been really watching my parameters and keeping my parameters stable. And I'll list those here in a little bit. I did take out my solar flare acropora that was back there. It wasn't doing so well. For some reason, that one acropora, I've had it for about 3 years now, and just decided it didn't want to get its polyps out anymore. So it's in the frag tank. I'm hoping I can recover it. These acros back here are growing like crazy too. And then this Montipora digitata, it was breaching the water, and I was cleaning the tank one day and I broke some of it off the base, so now it's actually starting to grow over where it used to be up top there, so that's pretty neat. And then it'll start breaching again soon. That coral grows pretty quick, so I just kind of put it back in there loosely. I didn't glue it down or anything. It seems to be holding pretty good. And then I put some more Setosa here. All this that you see right there, all the way around, that all used to be a Setosa colony, and for some reason it died off, just the one colony. So I transplanted a year ago some over here, and I just started to transplant it back, and I noticed that this is starting to die off too. But I don't know if it's because everything else around it is stinging it. Could be. As you can see right there, the Leptocerus and Pavona, they're gaining up on this Montipora here, this Jedi Mind Trick, so pretty soon they're going to end up touching there. And then this Montipora is just trying to grow anywhere it can. It's going to grow up there. There's a little bit of Pocillopora there, Pocillopora. And it's trying to grow down here. So I got to frag this off because I have a hard time cleaning the glass now because it's so close to the glass. So I'll be fragging this thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to frag that up. Well, yeah, this tank's doing really good. I'm going to do some fragging. I'm going to frag some of this castaway here too. And I'll just kind of make room so I can clean the glass without breaking frags off. But the parameters are doing pretty good in this tank, and the fish are doing good too. There's Sarge. I haven't really named the other fish. I just named Sarge. That's Sarge right there. He's a Sergeant Major damselfish. So this tank's doing really good. I'm just keeping up on my water changes and watching my parameters. And here's today's parameters on the SPS tank. Things are looking pretty good. And here's a view of the top with the flow off. I forgot about that chalice back there, that Hollywood Stunner. I put that back there a long time ago, just as kind of a holding spot, and a little piece took off. So now I got some of that to frag too, because I don't want to sting another coral. But here's the top view. Walt Disney's doing pretty good. It's finally starting to grow out around the outer rim there. Getting some decent sized branches on it. That one back there, I think they called it a Pink Floyd at the time. It has different names. That yellow one with the red polyps, that coral is actually 3 years old, believe it or not. It might be even be 4 years old. And that's all that it's grown over the years, which is weird, but it's uncrusted a lot. It just hasn't grown any branches. Oh, there's some more bird's nest. I cannot get rid of bird's nest, the Seriatopora in this tank. Yeah, my life depended on it, but I just keep fragging it and bringing it into my LFS. And there's the green slimer that I've fragged many times. It used to grow all the way across here before, and it filled all this in here. But now it just kind of stays where I want it to over here, so I leave it alone now. Every once in a while I'll trim off a little piece if somebody wants some. But there's a top view. Oh, there's Nightmare's arm down there. I got a giant brittle star in here. Let me see. You can sort of see him. There he is. He's been in here for a while too. Like, I don't know, three or 4 years. So he's doing pretty good too. He helps clean up the tank. But he's probably, I don't know, a foot and a half from arm to arm. But he likes it in here. There you go, I can get it all in one shot sort of there. And on to the FOWLR tank. Puffy's tank. This is a 135 gallon FOWLR. There's Puffy and Finn, who's the Emperor Angel here. Finn's getting his adult colors and pattern, as you can see. And he's the boss of the tank. He likes to try to boss everybody around. Except for Leonidas, of course. Leonidas is huge. He's like a foot long almost. But yeah, these guys are doing good. There's Bandit, likes to spit sand everywhere. That's why there's sand all over these rocks, because of him. He's a little butthead. He likes to steal everybody's food too. But there is one new addition in here, and he's just kind of chilling right now. This birdfish right here, check him out. I don't have a name for him yet. He's just chilling. He was in the, I quarantined him and stuff. But he was swimming around earlier, but he's just chilling. He's trying to find his spot in the tank. And this used to be a predator tank, so everybody's kind of aggressive in here, so he'll find his spot though. But he's just chilling. Puffy does that sometimes too. These guys are doing really good. I noticed the phosphates, not that it matters, there's no coral in here, but I couldn't even read them on just the regular low range Hannah. I forgot what it was. It was pretty high though. So I ran some GFO and got those down, but I just did it just for the algae in here, not for the fish, because the algae's been kind of getting out of hand a little bit, as you can see. And these guys are supposed to be eating it off the rock, but I think because I feed them nori, they haven't been eating it as much. So I'm gonna lighten up on the nori and let them do their job. But it was all over the back of the glass. I gotta clean it again. So I'm gonna be watching those in the nitrates, but like I said, they're off the scale, so I don't really know what my real number is. But I think the last time it was, I don't know, 6 or something like that, like 6.0, so it was pretty high. But these guys are doing good. I gotta feed them today, so they'll be happy with that. And that's the FOWLR tank, doing pretty good. For parameters in here, I don't really test because it's a FOWLR, but I try every once in a while to keep up on the water changes and that. There he is. I just fed them, so they all came out now. And on to the SPS Frag Tank. I got some new coral in here. This is turning out to be more of my collection tank more than anything. I do trade coral and sometimes sell them at shows, but I've just been getting stuff for me lately. Like I got a whole bunch of Acropora here. These Miliopora here I just got from Battle Corals. So those are really awesome. There's some tenuous in there. I put some more underneath the Kessel back there. Some of these are from Cherry Coral too. And some of them I've had for a couple years, like these ones, if this guy will get out of the way. These ones with the polyps that are really out back there, those tenuous, I've had those for a couple years now. There we go. So that's why the polyps are out on those, because they're used to my parameters. Man, this fish really likes, he really wants to be on YouTube. How you doing, buddy? Okay, now you're on. He wants to be fed. But yeah, I've just been getting more Acros for my Acro collection. I used to have a whole bunch and then I had a tank crash. So hopefully with this little bit bigger tank, I'll have better success. I do have this on the Neptune Apex with the Trident and everything and the dose. So I've been really watching the parameters in this tank too. Just to give you an idea of what I got in here. And I really enjoy growing out coral too. I like learning about the different species and stuff. I like coloring them out, and you know, just playing around with them and stuff. So you know, it's really fun. Not so much into the flashy stuff though. Every once in a while I'll get myself a treat like that torch back there, but I mean, it's not something I get just to show off. I like to collect different species and learn about them and stuff and grow them out. But this tank's doing pretty good too. I just got another dose to help top it off so that way my salinity stays stable too. But this tank's doing good also. And here's today's parameters for the 45-gallon frag tank. Things are looking pretty good in this tank also. And moving on to the Softy, well, I guess I'll call it Softy and LPS now, but I'm eventually going to put all my LPS in here with the Softies, the Zoas and stuff, and just have the other tank be SPS. But this tank's doing good. I just started dosing Alpha Reef in this tank, kind of help it out. And I also added a UV sterilizer, and that really cleared up the water. I mean, this water looks really clear now. And the coral are really responding to the Alpha Reef as well, so I'm very happy with that. Like this one Favia right here, I've had that for, I don't know, a year and a half, and it didn't really do anything. And then all of a sudden, it's starting to finally encrust, so I'm happy with that. Buddy gave me that one. But yeah, I got a ton of GSP over here. That just grows out and I give that away. This A-can's awesome. Check that out. That's a cool A-can. I just let it sit there in the corner. There's Nemo and the Zoas. He's a little butthead too. He likes to bite my hands when I stick my hands in here, so I gotta be careful sometimes. But don't like make me bleed or anything or hurt. It just surprises me more than anything. Here's some of the Zoas. They seem to be responding to the Alpha Reef pretty good too. And I'm just still trying to find my dosage for that. But more than anything, it's about keeping the tank stable. I wasn't really checking the alkalinity too much in this tank because I'm like, yeah, there's no SPS in here, but I want to start getting into more advanced reefing, and that involves all coral. So there's some green Nephthia there. So I want to make my parameters as best I can for all the coral, not just the SPS. These came from the tank upstairs, which I'll show you in a little bit. And that stuff is just growing like crazy for some reason. It was bigger than a basketball. I had to frag it. So I did, and now I got to figure out what to do with it. I might bring it in for trading or something. I don't know yet, but these Zoas are doing really good. I got to do some fragging to some of these too, like Nemo's Zoas right there. But things are going pretty good. This chalice right here is getting huge. I might just put that on a tile and let it grow out like these guys are here. But everything's going pretty good in here. And I'm just going to keep checking with the Alpha Reef and making sure the parameters are good, making sure the alkalinity is stable and everything else. And then I just do my normal water changes. So this tank's doing good also. I'm still getting the parameters dialed in on this tank, but so far they look pretty good to me. So my birthday was last week, and I had a couple fish in here in quarantine, and they weren't quite done. And then my kids surprised me with a fish, this fish here, which is a Korean angelfish. And I just decided to make the quarantine for the other fish shorter. They were pretty much done. They're like, I don't know, halfway or so. But so this guy's in the quarantine tank now, and he's gonna go in the FOWLR, and we'll see how he gets along with the Emperor Angel. If not, I'll figure out something, but obviously I'm gonna need a bigger FOWLR someday when these guys get adult size, because this fish gets over a foot long. So does the Emperor Angel. But yeah, pretty cool fish. Nice looking fish. So another thing I've been doing also is growing my own Phyto. I got, I don't know the full names of them, but Nano and Tet. And I've been doing this for a couple months now and dosing my tanks with it. I haven't really noticed any huge benefits, like it hasn't dropped my nitrates or anything at all. But the coral do seem to be a little more colorful, I guess you could say, and the water is clearer, so maybe they're helping with that. But this stuff's pretty easy to grow, and I'm going to do a video on it too soon, so I'll show you how I grow it. And here's the 36 gallon Bowfront. There's that nepthy I was talking about earlier. See how big that's getting? And I trimmed all of that and there's still that much left. It was basically going all the way over here. It was covering up about half the tank because there's some 8 cans growing back there that I used to have there. They're like rainbow 8 cans. They're really nice. I'll put a picture right here of them. But those must have attached to the rocks and grown back now, so I'm hoping that those will make it. But they've been in there for a while. So I just got to keep that maintained and those should be okay. But this tank's doing okay. This tank's more of a natural tank. I don't really interfere too much. I don't even really test this tank, to be honest with you. But there's, you know, it's just something for little kids to look at, and it's just something I don't really mess around with too much. There's some bubble algae in here. I might put some emeralds in and see if they take care of that. But there's also hydroids and stuff, so everything's just kind of competing with everything else in this tank. But you know, it's just something, like I said, little kids like to look at it. It's just something for people to look at when they come over. There's my tomato clown chilling. So I just keep up on water changes. I gotta do a water change on this tonight. And that's about all I do for this tank is water changes. So there's the 36 gallon Bowfront. Well, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I'm Reefer Matt. Thank you for watching and happy reefing.